I'm amazed. All right, guys, we are back. And sorry for the glitch in the transmission. But then I want to be sure that you can hear my voice now. And if you can hear my voice, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to also let me know where you're joining this live session from. All right, make sure you do that. Drop it in the comments. Let me know how many of you are joining me from whatever part of the world you are currently watching this live session. I want to be sure that you can see me and you can hear my voice. Can you guys see me? All right. I can see people from India, Israel, from different parts of the world. Amazing. Glasgow, Nigeria, Dubai. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. So I can see that a lot of people are preparing for a new week from a lot of people. A lot of people. I can't even call some of these countries, but then you can see Kenya, Ghana, Africa, uh, Europe, the Middle East, the United States, and different parts of the world. So quickly, how many of you of have a culture of is it to backtest your okay this thing we do as traders, that after the week has ended, we now normally should go back to all the trades we took and see what we did correct and what we did wrong, and just so we can improve and avoid the mistakes we've made last week, and then try and do better in the ones we have done good. So how many of you took time to go through the charts or to go through some of your trades that you took last week? I know a lot of you are gamblers. A lot of you are gamblers. So you don't even have the time to go back to your charts. You are just expecting to come back this week and kill the market. All right. And kill the market, and all of a sudden, um, you want to just come back without back testing what you did last week. You don't even know how many trades you took last week, because the average trader out there just complains about the forex market without even, you know, um, taking track, monitoring your progress as you evolve from a beginner trader to an intermediate trader to an advanced trader. It's difficult to become consistently profitable when you don't have a yes, when you don't have a system that works for you. Somebody said I kill it when I said gamblers. Yes, a lot of you are gamblers, and you just want to hide under the forex market, and you want to become a forex trader. So please delete the mindset of a gambler. All right. Delete the mindset of a gambler. Begin to trade like a professional trader. Tell yourself that this is the number of trades I want to take this week. And after these trades, no matter how good the setup I'm seeing, I'm going to allow my mind to rest. Now, quickly, how do we start the week? How do we start the week now that we've known that we have gone through everything we're supposed to check for our last trade? Now, here comes new week. It is important that you don't ignore your Forex Factory calendar. All right. You don't ignore your fundamentals for the new week. And this is why you can see that I have Forex Factory here on my screen. And from Sunday to Friday, I'm going to look at here. Can you see? Now, if you have Forex Factory, go to your screen, check Forex Factory. Now, if you look at my screen, you're going to see that I have red and this color. What is it called? What's the name of this color? I don't know. Maybe is that some kind of a orange color, right? Now, you will realize that the Forex Factory calendar has four different news depiction. We have the gray color, we have the yellow, orange, and then we have red. Now, down here, the event types, we have this guy speeches, we have business surveys, and different other event types. Now, look at the ones by your left hand side. These five, those ones. Can you see them? Can you see these five? These are the ones you should be very careful with. All right. These are the ones you should be very careful with. This is where you will find FOMC. This is where you will find CPI. This is where you're going to find interest rates. This is where you're going to find employment and unemployment changes. This is where you're going to find NFP. It falls under growth, right? So be careful with these first five. Now, and if you look at these ones, they are mostly classified under, we have two types of data, right? We have the basic types of data. Now we have the quantitative data and the qualitative data. I'm just going back to these things to show you how it works. We have the quantitative data and the qualitative data. A quantitative data simply means that it can be quantified, it can be seen in number, it can be measured, while a qualitative data simply means that it does not have numeric representation. You cannot quantify it, you cannot measure it. Do you understand? Are you guys with me? So the first five falls under what? Quantitative data. Most of them you will see they will come with data and tell you that we're expecting a 3.1% increment this month. We're expecting 0.2. But you see the other one, this one, it's you can see speeches such as what Donald Trump did last week. Speeches and unexpected events and so many other things. You're gonna see them come up, right? You're gonna see them come up. Now, the third thing is that if you find any, look at these currencies, take out this one. Uh, this is the Chinese yuan. I think it's the only one that is not needed there, but the rest, most of you trade the other ones. Take it out and take out this gray, take out this yellow, leave these two, medium impact and high impact. Click on apply filters. Now, you can see that on Monday, if you are trading GBP, this is it. Can you see this one? 10:15 a.m. on Monday. What should you do? This is what type of data is this, guys? I just mentioned it. What type of data? Anybody that answers that knows what he's doing. Okay, if it is time for prayer, you can go and pray. The recordings are going to be on my they are going to be on my YouTube channel. What type of data is this one coming on Monday? Somebody said, how did I get the filter? The filter is here. Can you see my cursor? This color, is it a green color? Click on it and you're going to find the filter here. All right? That's where the filter is. But then there is a data coming out tomorrow on GBP. What type of data is that? Qualitative data. Perfect. It's a qualitative data because we don't have a numeric expectation for it. We cannot measure what will happen. Who is saying economic data on GBP? All right, it's a speech. Anything can come out of it, right? Anything can come out of it. So, what you should do is that if you can't trade at that moment of the day, be careful with taking a trade around this. Or if you can avoid that currency, avoid it. All right. Then we have Fed Chair Powell speaks. So everything we have tomorrow, almost all is except this one. It's an index. We have a data. We have a number for it. So that's a quantitative. But the rest, all these ones, they are qualitative. So we don't know what is going to happen. And we have three medium impacts and one high impact. All right. So take note of all the days that have high impact news so that you don't get into trouble without knowing what is happening. All right. So mark all the days. You can see, look at Euro on Thursday is going to be crazy. A lot of data is expected to come. I'm not going to teach you how to use this, but then I'm showing you how to expect the type of data because you cannot trade without looking, especially those of you who are intraday traders. All right, now that you have done that, you can now focus on your charts. All right. Can we proceed to the charts? I can see a lot of you guys are leaving the live session, probably because I'm not showing you strategy. That's how you end up get into trouble. A lot of gamblers are the ones not ready to listen when somebody is teaching something. They quickly run away from the live session to the next place they will go to and never get to learn anything, only for them to keep giving money to the markets and end up being in trouble. All right. That's how you become a professional gambler. You don't want to go for knowledge. You want to just come and you see, that's it. All right. That is it. So sometimes what you need is not a strategy. All right. It's not a strategy. Sometimes what you need is a simple sense that will bring you right to the right principles and application of the right knowledge you need to trade. For how long have you been in this market and you don't have result and you are still not ready to listen to something that will help you? All right. So let's go to the next thing. Uh, let's go to the next thing. Now, let me share my screen for the charts. I want to share something that will help you. All right. I want to share something that will help you. And okay, I understand that there are some people going for prayers. I have a lot of Nigerians and some Africans here, and they are Muslims, and most of them are going for prayers. That's why we have a lot of people exiting the community. It's fine. You can come and have the video in my community, on the YouTube channel, so you can watch it. But then, for now, listen to what I have to show you. If you don't know, seek to know. All right. So let me share the screen and give you an perfect. Is it this? Perfect. This is it. Okay. Can you guys see my screen now? Can you guys see my screen though? So let me classify the assets you're going to be trading based on the risk factor involved. All right. Based on the risk factor involved. Now, if you look at these assets, London, New York, Asia. All right. London, New York, and Asia. Assets. Let's go to assets. London, you will have Euro, GBP, USD. Are you with me? Euro. These are the currencies for this particular session of the day. This one, USD, CAD, and what else? I'm just trying to be specific with the currencies. USD. Let's give it CHF. It can go. All right. I don't want to go. No, just leave the USD and let's do the Asia, JPY, Aussie. This we can use the NZD for this guy. Are you with me? NZD for this one and JPY, Aussie. Let's give it CHF. Look at what is happening and all right. So you guys should look at it. So if you are trading any of this session, if you are trading any of these sessions, select the currencies appropriately. Do you understand? Select the currencies appropriately. If you're trading London, focus on this ones I've keep for you. If you're trading New York, focus on this one. Trading Asia, focus on this one. So whichever one, now you can pair some of them. You can pair London to the ones on Asia. You can pair the ones in New York to the ones in Asia. all right? But then I'm showing you the currencies that have dominance over every session. Now, where do we find gold and the rest? You can find gold and all those futures assets and other ones. You can trade them. Most of them thrive during the New York session, especially the futures market. The futures market thrives during the New York session. The Dow Jones, um, such as NQ, what else? S&P 500, and all those other futures assets, you can find them under here, including gold. Is a commodity, but then it responds so much. It has a movement in the London session, but the best of them, you'll find it during the New York session. If you're trading gold, you can find some movement during the London session, but then eventually you're going to have a bigger movement during the New York session. So we can have gold here, right? And also we can still have gold in this category. So it's not a big deal for you. Do you guys see it? All right. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see what I'm sharing? So JPY. Okay, yeah. Yes. So these ones, US oil and other ones, all of them you can find them in under New York. The US market is the biggest market actually. All right. Is the biggest market, and you can trade almost everything during that hour of the day. But then I'm just telling you that the volatility during the New York hour is bigger than anything. Crypto also survives on that because most of you trade the cryptos with USDT, and I hope you know that USDT is just the tokenized version of the United States dollar. The tokenized version of the United States dollar is the crypto version of the US dollar. So it is expected that the US dollar behaves and the USDT also behaves in that manner. All right. So that is what you should understand. Next one is now you can now look at what to do. Let me start by analyzing for those people who are trading during the London session. If you are trading London session, the first thing you should do is to select between Euro USD or GBP USD. If you're going outside Euro USD or GBP USD, go to either Euro JPY or or GBP JPY. These are the pairs you should focus on when it comes to currency. Currency, mark my choice of word. And if you're trading Euro USD, GBP USD, what do? Go to DXY. This is what you do. The DXY is the dollar index, all right? The dollar index is the first thing you go to. You don't touch anything until you know what the dollar index is doing. Start looking at the weekly time frame, go to the daily time frame through the other time frames. All right? Through the other time frames. I don't understand. Why are you asking me what are the times for these sessions? Go and check on Google. Go and check on Google. Go and check on Google. All right. So what you have here is DXY. If you look at DXY, start from the weekly. Always start from the weekly. Do you understand? Look at the weekly time frame. What is the bias on the weekly time frame for the dollar? What is the bias? Are we bullish or bearish? Quickly respond to my question. Are we bullish or bearish on the dollar? That's the DXY, right? Okay, I can see a lot of you asking for my WhatsApp contact. I see some people are asking. Please, you can find my WhatsApp contact in the description of this video. Go to the description and find my WhatsApp contact. Send me a message on WhatsApp if you have question for me. You want to buy my ebook, you need mentorship, whatever question you have, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. It's in the description of this video, all right? Alternatively, I can simply type it for you so you can see it here. +2347001. Okay, this is my WhatsApp contact. You can send message to that, right? Quickly copy it. So the dollar is overall bearish. The dollar is overall bearish. But then there is also a reason why we have to be careful. All right. There is something that is happening. That's why we're seeing price getting rejected into the internal range, because from here we are bearish. Obviously, we have a break of shift in structure bearish, and everything from the weekly is showing bearishness, right? But then for the past 2 weeks, we've had what? A bullish movement. We don't know how far these guys are going to go to. Probably targeting an internal liquidity, and we have a fair value gap here. Probably that could be a reason why price is trading into that level. Do you now see it? All right. So we might have price being attracted into these areas, and that could be another few weeks of movement to that level. All right. The reason why we are seeing this rejection is because we have tapped into an all-time level. You see it, all-time level. You see it, right? There is a fair value gap that has been resting here for a while. All the fair value gaps here were mitigated, but then there is one left here, unmitigated. Can you guys see it? So hence the reason why we see price tapped into it, and we are now coming back to internal range liquidity. Do you see the reason? All right. You see the reason, right? Perfect. So if that is the case, then we have to treat the dollar as a bearish, as a bullish asset, because it just tapped into it. We had last, think, the week before as a bullish. Last week was also bullish. We might have another bullish candle for the next week. And that is what you should have an understanding of. We shouldn't have another bullish candle. So with all the things we have seen, now we're going to expect price to trade that way. But then let's go to the daily time frame and also support our analysis. Now look at this. The daily time frame is now where we're going to look at it in a micro perspective. What happened the last time? Look at the last price swing. The last price swing is this one, right? Is that a break of structure? Is that a break of structure? I'm already getting, uh, is that a break of structure to the bearish side? Is that a break of structure? Yes, that's true. It's a break of structure to the bearish side. And that is the reason we will treat this area as a range. The highest point here and the lowest area here as a range. This is our dealing range. I've said that dealing range is simply the range you are dealing with. I have explained this in detail in my book. Why are you not having the book up to now? It's left for you. Dealing range is simply bounded by a buy side liquidity and a sell side liquidity. And you look at the premium, all right, and the discount area of price. What do you have? You have premium and discount. Now we have traded from discount to premium into what? This guy is a new week opening gap, or is it a new day opening gap, whatever name you want to give it. We have traded into it to a point of trading into what? We have a bearish order block. This guy, price has tapped into this guy. Now, we are going to reprice into the discount area, but then I'm not sure if we're going to take out this liquidity. No. Why? Because the objective of the weekly has been achieved, this one, and that is the fair value gap that was resting since 2022. All right. So the highest I'm seeing price would do, if there is any reason to go down, is for price to retrace into what? Into this particular fair value gap. And that could be what? A movement into here before we have a shift. Now, you have to treat every price movement in, how do I say it? You have to treat it in tranches. Pick a portion, treat it. Pick another portion, treat it, and look at it in that perspective. Sample out the data that is relevant to you. All right. Sample out the data that is relevant to you. Now, if the data that is relevant to you is that price is going to trade into this area, then treat the market as a bearish bias. Do you understand? If the data that is relevant to you is going to trade down there, then treat the data as what? Treat the data as a bearish market. All right. Treat the data as a bearish market. Treat it as a bearish market. All right. Treat it as a bearish market. So the next thing to do is to now understand how the price movement is going to come. Remember, I told you that for a movement to discontinue or for a bullish movement to change to a bearish movement, you need a shift in market structure. And the shift in market structure must come with a displacement that indicates that price is willing to take the move. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, you're going to see that we have traded into this area, which is also relevant for us. But then there is something very, very fishy about this. There's a fair value gap here, and there's a shift in market structure before this movement. There is a breaker formation, price cleared liquidity there, and a shifted structure down here. So this area is standing as a breaker, right? Now, from this area, we've seen how price traded into this guy, and it has reclaimed this gap. This gap, we see it. That gap that we can see price trade into. So this area is very significant. We are expecting to see a shift in structure to establish that we are going to trade bearish into what? You remember the bearish fair value gap I showed you? The bullish fair value gap I showed you on the daily time frame. So that's our target. So if we are trading into that guy, treat next week as a bearish market. You understand? Treat next week as a bearish market. If you're not treating it, you guys that are asking me for the book, please check the description of this video. You're going to see I'm talking about when I say data, CryptoCan, when I say data, it simply means the past price action. That's what I mean by the data here. When I say sample out data, I mean data, something like this. This is a data, right? Is my English correct? This is a data, right? So sample out the data that is relevant to you. Just the area that is relevant to your price level or your price action. Some people are looking at this area. Somebody is waiting for price to come here. I think you're going to spend forever before taking a trade, right? You're going to spend a long time before you take a trade, but you cannot force them. This is their sample data. They are sampling this entire area, all right? So it depends on what you're looking at. So that is it. So the same thing now, if you finish everything with the dollar, you can now pick the knowledge to Euro USD and GBP USD. All right, this is where you're going to use it. You see, the same thing that you saw on the dollar is what is happening here. So the moment the dollar does anything, do it here. And that is how you're going to find an entry. You're going to take a trade. You're going to take a confirmation. All right. So quickly, let's go to gold, and then I will analyze gold for you. Then we'll call it a night. But before then, I will still recommend my book for you. If you have not gotten the book, get it. The link is in the description of this video. There's no discount today. It's just $9.9. Go for the book. I know most of you cannot afford the mentorship, even though the mentorship is what I would recommend for you to be in a community of traders and also have 12 months access to my analysis 3 times in a week, and you're going to enjoy it. It just costs $100 for a year. You're not paying monthly. You pay once, and you'll be in the community. You see my setups intermittently. You see our live sessions, and we have a lot of things actually are there, and other people. I'm not saying the moment you join the community, you're going to start making 10 figures, 20 figures. It's a process. The first thing we try to do when you get into the community, if you are already suffering from unnecessary losses, is to ensure that you have the right mindset to avoid losing your money first. If we can stop you from losing money, we can do well by helping you make money. The first way to become profitable in the market is to avoid losing money. So when I call other people gamblers earlier, some of you were laughing simply because you don't know how some people trade. If everybody here, if I will ask you to send me a screenshot of your MT5, you'll be amazed to see the rubbish a lot of people are doing. And they are the first people to start castigating Forex tomorrow, right? Uh, Somebody said something nice here. The book got thank you, Nicholas Madonna, thank you. The book has a lot of knowledge. Thank you, Fem. All right, thank you, Fem. So the first thing to do as a trader is to avoid losing money. If your mind is calm, you're not losing money, your psychology will be calm. All right. For mentorship, you can check the link. Everything I'm saying is in the link in the description of this video. If you cannot have access to it, send me a message on WhatsApp. That's what I said. All right. Check the description of this video. Can't have access to it, reach me on WhatsApp. All right. So the first thing to do as a trader, you see, when you hold your money, you know that thing that children used to do. You know, children used to do this thing that when you give them something and they get a hold of it, they will now make it difficult for you to remove it from their hand. All right. It will now make it difficult for you to remove it from their hand. Now protect your money like that. That is why um, uh, you need to I mean you need to protect your capital. When it comes to the market, the first thing you should do is to protect your capital. When you're able to protect your money, now you can think of growing it. All right. Don't treat trading like those of you who are in Nigeria, bet Niger. Mm? Yeah, somebody said after gambling for a year. I know a lot of you people that are Instagram traders, you will one day come back to your senses and realize that all those results you see on Instagram is not true. There's something wrong. Most of them are not true, right? You will now finally advise yourself and tell yourself that, okay, there's something that needs to be done about this. Mm, Real-time data, because going by your chart, the present candle did not close above the previous. No, I don't even understand what he's saying. All right. So you will finally advise yourself and then you have sense to trade like a professional. You will want to grow based on percentage. You want to grow as a trader. You will want to acquire all the necessary knowledge you want to have. Okay, so here is gold. Let's go straight and I'll finish from there. We have the weekly time frame on gold, but then let's do good to go to the monthly and see. It's been a while I've not checked the monthly time frame. I want to see what is happening. Okay, are you guys seeing the monthly? When last did you check the monthly time frame on gold? It's actually been a while, but I actually didn't check the monthly time frame for a while. All right, for a while I've not checked it. So the last time we had the highest level was about 4 months ago. That was the highest we saw on gold. Was about what? 4 months ago. All right. What can you say of these candles? Do you remember this candle? I know most of you that came to Forex market earlier, there was this candlestick Bible. You know, what do you call this candle? Is it spinning top or doji? You know, those days when we were starting Forex trading, there were a lot of information about candlestick, graveyard stone, doji. What was that thing again? Shooting star, hammer, a lot of things actually. So what do you call it? Doji. Yes, doji. That was a doji. And these candlesticks indicate it's not that the knowledge is bad. All right. Uh, it's not that the knowledge is bad. It's simply knowledge is progressive in nature. if if I'm not improving myself, if I'm not learning every day, none of you will come here for my live session. All right. If I'm not learning every day, none of you will come for my live session because I will not have anything to offer. You will be growing, you will be learning, and you will reach a level that you don't need me. Even now, a lot of you don't need me because you have already consumed most of the knowledge I've shared. All right. All right. You have consumed a lot of the knowledge I've shared, but then these things are progressive in knowledge, in nature, and you have to be improving yourself as you learn progressively. So what you have here is a sign that there is what? Exhaustion. In essence, we call it exhaustion candle. Energy is weakening. energy is going down. Imagine somebody, an athlete has been running for 4 hours. From here, this guy has been running without rest. At least you need to rest, right? So energy is getting weaker and weaker. All right. See, this is the reason why you see this. Last 3 months, we couldn't take out the high. The best we have seen was that um, last month took out the high of it previous month. But then this month, we're almost closing the month, okay, like 10 days to the end of the month. We are yet to even trade halfway, right? That is to tell you that we're going to have a weakness. So if there is any weakness, where do you think price is going to target? Imbalance is the first thing price will target. All right, imbalance is the first thing price will target. There's no imbalance here, so I don't want to assume that price will target that. Is there any imbalance there? Let me see. There is an imbalance, very small, very small. Can you see it? That is an imbalance, very small. So if we are having a weakness, so that is going to be it. But let's see the weekly time frame. The same thing on the weekly time frame. We are still expecting to see price. What we see for a while, we have not seen price get stocked like this. Price has been in this area for a while, for more than 5 to 6 weeks. This area, not taking this high and not going below. We've just had what? A higher high formation. I mean, a lower high formation. Is that a lower high? A higher low formation, rather. All right. We've just had those formation, and it's indicative of the fact that the energy pushing the upward is weakening, and we have this area. All right. As another area, we should expect price to take out for us to see the bearish movement comes in powerfully. But then let's go to the daily time frame and see what is obtainable. Remember, I told you guys that the daily time frame is what? It has been bearish. It has been bearish all through. We have a shifting market structure here. We have another shifting market structure here to the bullish side, and then finally another shifting market structure to the bearish. Since this one, we never had any market structure shift. So the daily time frame is what? It has been bearish. Look at this. This was the last shifting structure we've had. Shifting structure and another shifting structure. It gave back the bullish movement, and then we're now back to the bearish movement. Notice what was happening here, creating a lot of relative equal highs. All right. So this relative equal highs is a base for liquidity pool. It's a base for liquidity pool. What do you see? What are you seeing here? Power of three concept in potential formation, right? It is potentially forming power of three concept. Obviously, I just want to see price create manipulation and then distribute to the downside. That's what I'm expecting from the daily time frame. But then we're going to see it on the 4 hour. It's mostly difficult to analyze a stagnant chart like this. But then when we finally have clear price action, we're going to see. So the 4 hour time frame even gave a shifting market structure to the downside. I don't know, was it? This is on Wednesday. That was when Donald Trump came out with that. It traded into this imbalance. Notice how price was careful to close inside the imbalance. You see it. Notice how price was careful to close inside the imbalance. So this is what I am expecting for this coming week. Let me show you. This is what I'm expecting for this coming week. I'm expecting a kind of a bearish movement. But then remember, I told you that we're going to have a manipulation on that daily time frame. So this fair value gap is not a bad area for price to tap into. Did we tap into that fair value gap? Yes, we did. We did. Let's see. We did tap into this fair value gap. Probably we'll reach this order block and give that manipulation. Remember the daily time frame power of three I was telling you. From what we see here is more of a bullish indication, but then probably we're going to just crash the liquidity here. But then I'm expecting gold to be bearish by the end of the week. All right, except if there is another unexpected speech, just like what we saw on Wednesday. All right. Yes, it's a range. That's why I said we're going to have a manipulation phase of it and then distribute to the downside. All right. We've done 40 minutes already. I'm already tired. So I enjoy analyzing a live market. This is a stagnant market. Maybe over the week, we're going to have another live session. But then those who are in our community will have another live session tomorrow while the market opens, and also on Wednesday and also on Friday. So, guys, thank you very much for your time. Uh, I will be back during the weekdays. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I'm not analyzing any chart for now. Maybe we can do it during the weekdays. And I'm going to record all my trades and I will share with you. I should talk about discipline in trading. This sounds so simple. I've talked about discipline time and again. I also have a book on trading psychology. I will find a time and see if I can do a free giveaway for that book. But then I know the criteria for getting that book. I'm not giving it now, but then when I'm ready, I'll let you guys know. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time.